Now we're talking on Google Classroom for lifelong learning here at Summit University. Um, my name is Olatunde Yusuf Owolabi, coordinator for computer science program at Summit University of here. And more about what I do, you can find it also here because this is just to prove to you that our university is full of dynamic and qualified and competent hands to train your students and to also guide you towards achieving your dream and ensuring you have a successful career. While my talk will be talking on how we are going to walk through Google Classroom, designing, joining a class, how you communicate with your teacher or classmates, and also joining classes remotely. Because one thing at Summit University here is we embrace what we call borderless learning, and that means there, just as the code says that there is no excuse for failure. At Summit University here, we don't give excuse for not having any resources for learning or any hindrance for learning. Google Classroom has come and we are always embracing technology, and we are also using this technology to pass or to train our students at Summit University of Let's take it one after the other, discussing what actually Google Classroom is. And Google Classroom is a free blended learning platform developed by Google for educational institutions that aims to simplify creating, distributing, and grading of assignments. This means Google Classroom is primarily meant for teachers and students just to facilitate learning remotely to ensure borderless learning, which means even at the comfort of your home, you can still interact with your lecturers, you can still carry out your assignment, you can still attend classes and also participate as if you are physically in class. I've said it earlier that Summit University, what we mean by saying that we embrace borderless learning is that distance learning, we cover virtual learning. We also ensure that remotely you join us and participate with us, as we will be having international collaborators, industrial experts that will also join our full-time staff in training our students. Google Classroom is going to play a vital role, which means as a student, you need to know how to navigate your ways when dealing with Google Classroom. Now, having known what Google Classroom is all about initially, now let's discuss what can we do with Google Classroom. Now, with Google Classroom, you can track your classwork from this presentation. Now, the perspective of this presentation now is from the student perspective, because I'm using this to welcome all our students, 100 level students, 200 level students to the Summit University offer. Irrespective of the department you have, this Google Classroom is not limited to only computer science students. If you're in political science, business admin, accounting, economics, biochemistry, irrespective of your department, you definitely need to know how to navigate yourself around Google Classroom. Now, with Google Classroom, you'll be able to track your classwork, and also you should be able to submit your assignment, check originality, give feedbacks, and grades. Also, you share resources. You can also share resources with your lecturer and as well as your co-classmates while in Google Classroom. There's also opportunity for you to interact with everyone in your class via email or through the streams that has been created. Now, you need to take note that Google Classroom is available on your web browser using Google Chrome. The recommended browser for Google Classroom is Google Chrome. You need to take note of that. And also, you have opportunity of downloading Google Classroom through your mobile application. You can see it is actually a borderless learning. No excuse that my laptop is faulty or I don't have a working or a workstation. And in fact, you don't even need an extremely powerful mobile phone before you could access your Google Classroom. So you should also take note that the Google Classroom also work with what we call Google Docs and Google Calendar. This is just to help you to keep track of all your deadlines and ensure that you didn't miss any class. Also, you did not miss any deadline of submission of your assignment. The originality check is just to ensure that what you are working on or the feedback you are giving, assignment you are submitting, is not plagiarized, because academically we frown at plagiarism. Now, let's start. Signing in to Google Classroom. How do we sign in? Where do I start from? Now, with your browser, you can just navigate to the location where you type in your URL. That is where you type www.google.com. So what you need to access the classroom is to type classroom.google.com. classroom.google.com. I'm sure that the organizer of this event will make this slide available for the students, and it has been prepared in such a way that at least after the event, after this presentation, you can always lay your hand on this slide and walk through it and ensure that you get it without stress. Classroom.google.com is the URL to visit. If you are trying to access your classroom, what is going to be required from you is you'll be asked to enter your email address, email or phone number. Now, you need to take note. At Summit University here, we have a specialized email address that will be used by all our students and staff. And that address and that email address has a signature or looks like your username at summituniversity.edu.ng. It means as a student, that is one thing you need to be proud of. When you are coming to Summit University offer, you have a special email, you have a custom email that even from the email, they can identify you anywhere in the world that this person is associated to Summit University offer. I think you should really be proud of that. Limited University has that here. Now, Summit University is providing you that. You have something like your name at summituniversity.edu.ng. While joining the Google Classroom, you need to use that email so that you will be able to join the classroom. If you are using any other email, you might receive a notification that you are unable to join. You will not be allowed to join because the account is strictly meant for Summit University associates. Now, when you type in your email, it requires you to enter your password associated to that email. And one thing you need to take note of, the ICT unit will also guide you on that once you are given this email, you should quickly change your password so that, and try as much as possible to use a password you won't forget easily. Okay. Now, when you get into the classroom, you will be asked a few questions, just two. Are you a student or you are a teacher? I'm telling you now, once you get to that stage, you select I am a student and you click get started. Now, joining a class. Into my Google Classroom. What you're expecting to do is that you should be expecting some information from your lecturers or your tutor who will be giving you access to the classrooms. Mind you, the Google Classroom has levels of authentication. Your lecturer is there who is going to create the class for you to join. We also have other senior administrators managing the account. Now, you as a student, you need to interact with your lecturer to give you access to the classroom. How can you join the classroom? Just three modes you can join the classroom. The first one is a class link can be provided to you by your teacher. The class links look something like this. You can see e.g. Classroom.google.com, something like and some unique username, because each classroom has a unique identifier. So once you are shared with a class link like this, your class link can be shared to you through WhatsApp or any means, emails or any means. Now, what you need to do is just click on that link, and that is all. You have joined the classroom. Once you click on the link, you have joined the classroom. Another mode of you joining the classroom is join the classroom with a class code. Your lecturer might decide to provide you a class code instead of a link. Now, if you are given a class code, once you are in your Google Classroom, what you need to do is to click on the join class. You click on the join class button, and from there, you should be able to enter the code and also enter the code and join the classroom. Please, I want to know, are you seeing my browser? Thank you. If you are seeing my browser, this is an example of how the Google Classroom is going to look like. For this particular student now, this particular student is already enrolled in two different classes. You can see two different classes. The one is TCSE 309 and another class of CSE 432. This is how you have it for all your courses. This is how you have it for each of the lecturers. Have a pop-up that asks you to join. This is if you are giving a class code. This is if you are giving a class code. Then you enter the class code here. Once you type the class code, something up to like 6, a unique class code will be given like this, just because I'm typing okay. Now this is what is going to happen. This is what I want you to see. Join. Then you click on this join button to join the classroom. Now I already have 2 classes joined here, so I'm not joining more for this session. This is just to show you how the Google Classroom looks like. Also, I just have said earlier that it helps you to organize your work and your to ensure that you did not miss out on any of the deadline. You will be able to see that there is a calendar here that can help you track your deadline. And also we have a to-do here that helps you, that notify you each time you come into your classroom of all the works you need to do. Now let's move back to the slide and see any other means we can join a class. The third means of joining a classroom is by email invite. Your lecturer might decide to request for your email address. Once you supply your email address to your lecturer from the classroom, your lecturer is going to add you to the classroom, and immediately you receive an email in your box. Your duty is to check your email and click on join class, because your lecturer has already invited you and the mail has been sent to you. You access the mail and click on join class. Take note, you might have logged in on your mobile phone, also logged in to your Gmail on your computer. Once you have joined a class using your mobile phone, anytime you access your laptop, you will also see that you are already in that class. You don't need to rejoin. You join the class once on a device, and across all your device, you are already in that class. So this is a typical example of how the classroom looks like, just how I showed you earlier. And this is just for a single course. Now, what next now? The next thing is, how do we communicate while we are in classroom? Communication can be between you and your teacher, and the communication can also be between you and other classmates. Take note, your lecturer might decide to give you group work. Within the class, you need to be able to know how to send message to your specific classmates. One of the means of doing this is, if your teacher allows it, because we have strict controls on this account. Now, depending on the control or settings of the classroom that your teacher has done, you should be able to post comment and send email in the classroom. If your teacher allows you to send email to other classroom, you ensure that you will see that you are able to send email to your colleagues in the classroom. Let me show a typical example of this. If, for example, for this class now, I am inside a single class. Take note, at this level, I can view all the classes that I have enrolled for. While clicking on a particular class, I will be able to see everything happen in a single class. Now, in this class, clicking on classroom is going to show you information about the class. You should be able to see some of the class material if you have an assignment from your facilitator. Also, when you click on people here, this is going to show you the list of all classmates and also the teacher. Now, for this class, the teacher here, or let me say the facilitator of this course here, has not enabled the students to send direct email to each of the classmates. So let's assume it is an email signature will be here for students to just click and send email to their classmates. Okay, let's see another means how we can communicate to our classmate and teacher. We have what we call announcement here. Here you can just post a comment. Clicking this, while the student types his or her comment or announcement, this information here, once you send it, the teacher is going to see it. Also, all classmates in this classroom is also going to see it. Now, what kind of information can you share? You can share information, if any file. You can share a file document. You can share a video document. You can even a link to a website. You can share it within the classroom. Now, moving back to our slide, that is post to the stream. That's what I've just discussed, that you can just, once you click and post to the stream, your teacher, your facilitator, once I say teacher, I mean the facilitator or the lecturer. So they are going to see what you are posting. Also, let's assume now you want to send a message to a specific classmate, or you are in a group and you need to mention the name of your classmates in the post you are trying to send. What you need to do is to use the plus or the @ sign. You use the plus or the @ sign, then a drop down is going to appear where you select the email of the student you want to include his name in your comment. Also, you need to take note that the Google Classroom set up by your facilitator or lecturer at Summit University here also has the feature to include your parents and guardians, which means you are not just left alone. We also give feedback to your parents through the Google Classroom. Now, what can the parents hear? What can the parents receive? What kind of feedback can they receive? Or the parent or guardians, what kind of feedback can they receive? They can receive a feedback just like a summary of emails notifying them that you have been missing classes, and also that you have some deadlines to meet up with, or some of the deadlines that you have missed, and also the list of activities before you. Summary of this can be shared with your guardians. You will not have the privilege to do that. You as a student, you are not the one to share it, but your facilitator will be the one to share it. You as a student, you just need to know that these features happens and it occurs within the Google Classroom. Also, there is also opportunity for you to share a web page with your teacher, or with your facilitator. Why sending this? To make it easy, there is what we call Chrome extension. There is what we call Chrome extension. You need to install Google Classroom Chrome extension, something like this. This is what an extension looks like. Just look at the screen and look at my mouse where I have series of extensions here now. So the extension will be here. Once you install the Google Classroom extension, it's going to make it easy for you to share a web page or a link with your facilitator within the Google Classroom. Okay, that is that about the communication. This is a sample of the summary of emails that will be received by your guidance of or parent when sent or activated by the classroom facilitator. Let's look at it together. Student work missing from last week. You can see. So we give feedback through the Google Classroom also to your parents. Now, within the Google Classroom also, your facilitator might decide that you need to come online using Google Meet for the classroom. That is, organize a video conferencing for the class, or let's assume you have a group work and you need to present online. You need to present to your facilitator online. Within the Google Classroom, you will be provided a unique link for the video so that you can join the video meeting for education. That is, you can join a video meeting for distance learning with Google Meet using a computer or mobile device. Depending on how the meeting is set up, you can join in different ways, such as join a video meeting in Classroom. Let me show you where you find this icon to join within the classroom. Once you are inside the class environment, this is the class environment. Remember, I told you what you see at first glance is the list of classes that you are enrolled in. But here now, once you click any of the class, you will be able to see all the activities within that class. Now, within this class, you have Meet here. Once you click this join, it means you are ready to join the Google Meet meeting with your facilitator and other classmates. Okay, and your facilitator might decide to send you a meeting link or invitation. That is, at the end of the facilitator's account, he or she might have decided to change the link to generate a unique one and share with all the classmates. Also, your facilitator might also give you a meeting link name, which means you just, at any point in time that you have scheduled a video meeting for the class, you just need to use the nickname to join the class. Also, with the integration of Google Calendar, you can also join the video meeting from Google Calendar. I showed you the icon for the Google Calendar when I logged in into the Google Classroom earlier. Now, you can also join a meeting from Gmail, which means immediately your lecturer or facilitator initiates a video meeting, you will be notified in your email. And one thing again is, within your classroom, I encourage you to turn on the notification settings so that you will always be alerted when there is any new event or any new information. Now, what next? After communication and after joining video meeting, we've seen two functionalities within the Google Classroom. Now let's talk about start or turn in your classwork. What this means is that once your lecturer or your facilitator has issued an assignment, you will definitely see this assignment in your classroom. And let me show you how you can see some of these materials in your classroom. This is one here. You will always see it when you click on class work. You will see it when you click on class work. Let me show you this from another class. Okay, from this class now, you will see that you have a post here. Viewing this post, just click this and you should be able to see the content of the post. The content here is course material. You can see the lecturer or the facilitator has uploaded the course material, which means you can come at your convenient time and check the material, download it on your local machine or your phone, and you can read ahead of the class or also walk through as your facilitator takes you and guides you through the course. If you are given an assignment, this is where you also see this assignment, and also your assignment always comes with a deadline, or let me say a due date. Yes, your assignment always comes with a due date, and there's always a notification that will allow you not to forget your due date. Now you can see your work for a classroom, which I've just showed, and also you turn in an assignment. It means depending on the kind of assignment sent to you, depending on the kind of task given to you, at times it might be a quiz, at times it might be a uploaded questions that you need to answer in a separate document, and you upload that and you upload your solution back to the classroom. Why turning it in? It means that actually discussing on run an originality report on your work. What this means is that once you are given an assignment by your facilitator or you are assigned to do a particular work, we frown out copying other people's work. You don't just go to Google or go to internet pages and copy and paste and think you have done the job. This originality check is definitely going to expose all this. Now, read an originality report on your work. Have made this slide in such a way that at the end of this presentation, once you have access to the slide, clicking on each of these, you will be able to get more on the steps to follow on achieving all this. Due to the limited time, also you need to know that there is what we call screen reader. You can also use screen reader with your classroom. Okay, see your feedbacks or grade. Once you submit an assignment, your facilitator will see it at his or her hand and assign grades or mark you based on your performance. After marking, you will be notified in your email that your grade is back. You will also see this once you navigate into your classroom and clicking on class work. You will see the grade there. Immediately, the facilitator has assigned the grade. What else can you do? You can manage your classroom. You can manage your classes and turn on notification. You need to turn on notification, mind you, so that you are not going to forget your deadline. Remember, when you are submitting an assignment after the due date, it is going to indicate to the lecturer or facilitator that this person has done this assignment but submitted late. If you refuse to submit, it's also going to notify the lecturer that so student has failed to submit. Mind you, we have informed you that your guidance and parents will also have summary and notification of your activities in the Google Classroom. You also have an opportunity or privilege to unenroll from a class. Let's assume after you are done with the class, you can unenroll from the class. I've added some of these links for you also to guide you while walking through or navigating through the classroom. Once again, I welcome you as Summit University student to this great university where we make things better with technology. Thank you.
الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان